Namaste, Star Family. Welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. This is a collective energy reading for Mars transiting Leo. This is going to be April 18th all the way to June 17th, 2025. First entrance of Mars in Leo was back in November 2024, but then we went into retrogrades and went back into Cancer, and we had a lot of things to review in terms of our nervous system. Yes, Mars with the association to the Tower card. It's about our structure and how there is at times this divine intervention to help us upgrade our nervous system. Video, you'll find the collective energy reading according to what the stars are showing us. I am going to add the special with all the 5 goddesses energy that I like to work with in order to tap into our intuition, our divine feminine powers, and also the 9 muses to stay inspired through our connection with spirit. There was a lot of details that I could feel just from watching the star map, and then I saw from looking at the goddesses and muses that was some extra layers that were needed to share so you could understand the depth of this transit. You'll be able to connect to all those stages of this video through the timestamps. I'm also going to go through all the 12 zodiac signs so you can receive a higher guidance for this energy transit. But first, let me welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for your presence. This channel is all dedicated to your higher self embodiment, finding specific tools of awareness, whether through astrology, tarot readings, but also frequency healing, and for the YouTube members, some meditations and specific guidance through the goddesses, through the muses. So thank you for being here. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you do not want to miss a reading. All right, let's look at the snapshot of Mars entering Leo in 0 degree. It is in the 5th house, which is the house of Leo. So double Leo energy, the energy of courage, the energy of bravery. Leo as an archetype and connected to traditional Chinese medicine connects to your heart meridian. This is the light work of the seer for the archetype of Leo. Because when you come from that space of your heart field and you have this heart-mind coherence, you're opening up possibilities, gateways that are based on what fulfills your heart. So heart fulfillment is going to be a big topic here, bringing yourself joy. In opposition, we see Pluto in those degrees of Aquarius that are very much about teaching us the law of resonance, that whatever we do frequently brings a certain frequency, and that means on that frequency there's certain specific opportunities, situations, people that are waiting for us to interact. There is a T-square. What is a T-square? You see the opposition between Mars and Pluto, and then it's squaring into the merge of the Sun next to Chiron. So Chiron is our deepest wound, and the Sun is that connection to our third eye, what we perceive, our self-awareness, the potential also of transcending what we know. Now, with this sacred geometry, there's a lot of explosive energy that leads to breakthrough. And the merge of the Sun and Chiron would indicate that there might have been in the past a certain perception that you had about yourself coming from a place of wounding, okay? And especially because we're seeing this green dotted line connected to the South Node. There is something from the past that made you believe a certain thing, okay? It could be a certain conviction, a certain belief, but it could also be something inherited from a past lifetime. Why am I saying this? It's because that conjunction between the Sun and Chiron is in the house of the womb, the first house. If you're using the system of associating houses to the year of age, this is this is age 0 in gestation. So there's a lot of things that are inherited, and with the connection to the South Node, this is probably something that you inherited from your family, but also it could be at a soul level from a past incarnation. Now let's look at the other T-square, which is that half square energy that creates explosive breakthroughs. There is one involving at the apex the moon, and then connected to the South Node in opposition to that whole cluster here with Neptune, the collective North Node, Saturn, Venus, this whole thing here, and even, yes, Mercury in those first degrees of Aries. So this whole line of going from the end of the zodiac wheel to the beginning, that tension to open up new timelines, gateways, opportunities. So there is this tension from the past ways that we used to go about our reality, the survival mindset, the limited victim consciousness that we're transcending. The position here of the moon is amazing because it's connecting to the galactic center. The galactic center is the Milky Way in the sky, and it opens up a lot of opportunities, just like this void, just like a womb. There is so much that can be recreated. So there's a lot of rejuvenative, beautifying energy from those points where we have the moon. The moon connects to your third eye as well, but helps unveil the illusion of this reality. And that means that we have working in cahoot with that other T-square involving the sun, another one involving the moon that is going to help with that void womb energy, that recreation. So there is here with this Mars in Leo energy, an invitation to recreate yourself based on a version of yourself that is enjoying this experience, that is taking pleasure in this experience, that is self-expressing, and that is not scared to shine and be seen. And this is where we're going to jump onto the goddesses and muses, because this is where I found more of those messages and confirmations of what I could feel just looking at this snapshot. Here is the snapshot of the 5 goddesses that I love working with in order to tap in deeper ways to our intuition. First thing that stands out is how Mars is involved with Medusa and Goddess Nyx, totally merged with each other, both in retrograde. Medusa was a high priestess in the temple of wisdom. The power of turning intruders or people that were not in alignment with truth, with their intentions, into stone. She will have the same effect with yourself when you are not in alignment with your own truth. She's highly connected to your serpent energy, aka your life force, your kundalini energy. Now with the involvement of Goddess Nyx, she is the goddess of the night. She has a very subtle energy until you're able to connect with her. She works through the shadows. She loves esotericism. She loves to help you tune into the things that are only felt and that are unseen. So with this merge, in those placements of Sagittarius, there's certain fears that I could feel, and that's why I added the goddesses, because when I was looking just at the planets, I was like, why am I feeling so much fear? And yes, there is the South Node energy that could be there, but we can see that there is a grand trine, so a momentum of a lot of things, okay, that is also connected to this whole cluster of the collective North Node, the Neptune, Mercury, Saturn, Venus, energy where we are being called to move to those higher, greater timelines, more organic, more in alignment with our thriving mindset, our abundant, creative mindset. Okay. But I could feel here, especially you can see they are in the 8th house, those two goddesses energy. So they're going to help retrieve some of the things that have held you back in being able to self-express, maybe being seen. Some of you, it might be because of your gifts, the gift maybe that you have rehearsed in past lifetimes that led to a certain outcome that still holds a certain fear of repetition and things like that. What I love that is going to support here is the line of tension. It's the green dotted line, by the way. Okay, it's a quincunx. Just the name just creates tension, okay, between Mars and goddess Kali. She's in those last degrees of Aquarius, degrees that are very much connected to the knowledge of what's right for you and what's not. And don't mistake being right or being wrong, or you are right and you're wrong, like something about holding it personally. This is where the goddess of transformation and destruction, working in cahoot with Mars, is going to help you destructure totally the edifice of any and all fears from those past lifetimes that are coming to the surface that may have kept you from moving into those greater timelines. Timelines that are more organic with the truth of yourself, your authentic truth, and your connection to source. And goddess Ishtar, which is a goddess energy that helps you walk into your own inner world and strip yourself from untruth, is connected in a trine energy to that moon, okay, where we're connected to that recreation. So listen to your heart when you're being guided to recreate yourself, because this is going to lead you to your highest truth. If some of you are interested, I have goddesses readings according to all the zodiac signs that you connect with, so you can look at your chart, look at where your goddesses energy are, and then listen to the message so you can follow their guidance, so you can follow how to move through your greatest timeline in alignment with more of a heart-mind coherence that open up that field, because your heart is thousands of times more electromagnetic than your mind. Your mind can only imagine what it knows. Your heart can open up the gateways of what you don't know is possible to you. So if you're interested, you can see down below there is this join option, and I will try to put it here as well. Sometimes the link works and sometimes it doesn't, but you'll have also deeper description in that video just below. Now let's look at those 9 muses, shall we? We're going to look at the one that stands out the most to me, and is Muse Melpomene, that is in retrograde and that you can see with the merge of the South Node. Melpomene is a muse of theater, but also tragedy, okay? So there could have been tragedies from the past that are creating that line of tension, the quincunx, okay? Green dotted line to the sun and merge of Chiron, which was about, remember, that past perception of a certain belief that creates a whole outcome or a whole reality that needs to be healed, that needs to be let go, shedded from your nervous system. So how are we going to do this? Okay, and this is where the 9 muses, when they're working together, are helping you stay inspired in connection to source, which is this expression of abundance, of infinite potential, limitless. We have Muse Polyhymnia, that is a muse that connects you to spiritual creativity. So how you can find creative ways to shift reality that is merged with Jupiter. Jupiter is the wheel of fortune. It's such a powerful, powerful alignment here. Now, for some of you, it's not listed here, but I know the placement in terms of Western astrology. This is also where we have Orion, Rigel, the brightest star of Orion. So some of you, if you're struggling with activating a greater perception, Orion star seeds are very much about mastery of the mind and creating this powerful alchemy so you can always renew yourself based on what you used to think. So there is a powerful frequency that I'm going to list here, but also down below, because I don't know if those links have been working or not. Some people are telling me they're not. This is a great frequency. I actually have someone recently that said they listened to the frequency and they were able to find the clarity of something that they were wondering about, the question. This is a powerful point here that the Muse with Jupiter, a planet of expansion, a planet that can help you shift your luck in that second, third house energy. Okay, so that means like that's like the way you communicate with yourself about your beliefs. This is a powerful transit for you to be able to shift the way you used to self-express about your own reality. Especially, you can see also those blue lines, okay, connected to Muse Euterpe, Muse Erato, and Muse Urania. So Euterpe, Muse of music, and that will be a great teacher of your own vibration. Muse Erato, poetry, but especially helping you to romanticize your life, really creating this self-love field that becomes very magnetic. And Muse Urania, that is the muse of astrology. So reading the stars, connecting to the stars. And it's all in the 11th house with Pluto, a master teacher of transformation, but also how to wield greater power, how to be more powerful. So you have like this trine of energy, lots of muses and planets that are involved to help you empower yourselves so you can start shifting your luck. You start believing greater things about yourself, which is great support because of the tension that we're sensing from the first part we said with the T-square, with the sun involved, and then the T-square with the moon. One muse that is going to be dancing with Mars in Leo is Muse Terpsichore. She is the muse of dance. She is the muse of movement. I love this interaction. If some of you have this is a powerful energy as far as having, oh, that's something I have. Okay, that's how I know. Okay, having Mars, which is all about your action, and the muse of movement together helps you move through a lot of things energetically, helps you also channel a lot of insight through your body, through your movement. The merge energy is going to be from May 18th all the way to the end of that transit in Leo. So May 18th, June 17th. I'm laughing. This is, yes, I keep on laughing because I'm actually feeling Muse Talia's energy that is not so much involved in here. You can see she's in Capricorn in the 10th house. She is the muse of humor. She's the muse of comedy. And she always makes me giggle. That energy here, we have a reading for her in the YouTube membership, which is all about shining your light and how through alchemizing your emotions and laughter, you can work through so many of those obstacles. So some of you, again, if you're interested, I would be happy to have you on board with connecting to those muses. They're really fun to get to know. As some of you just feel it, it's just like, I'm like, why am I giggling? Why am I feeling so way? And then I'm like, okay. Now, to end those 9 muses energy, we have a powerful merge with Calliope and Clio. Calliope is that muse that is the chief muse, and that helps you script your reality. She's all about writing, the writing skills, allowing you to be the editor, composer, actor, producer of your reality. And Muse Cleo is all about history, what you're known for and what you want to be known for. And there is this sextile, semi-sextile energy with the public life, the mid-heaven. So there is a confirmation that through this whole process, energetically, of recreating your nervous system to a version that is more focused on enjoying this earthly experience, on knowing that you're being guided, protected, inspired to thrive, that you are always in that highest timeline if you let go of the past wounds and shed those layers of, you know, what you signed up as far as generational trauma, curses, baggage, and also what your soul has experienced. And there's a greater script that has been always available to you, and I'm saying it has always been available to you because of the position in the 12th house. It's the Akash. This is almost like why you came here. This is the lifetime that you've been waiting for, lifetime after lifetime. I can sense it very strongly. So that's what we have for all the muses. If some of you are interested, I offer the readings for the 5 goddesses or the 9 muses. This is my favorite. This is something that shifted the way that I was able to create and enjoy my personal experience. So that's something that is dear to me to share and to offer to the ones that resonate with this type of content. Let's move on to the 12 zodiac sign messages. I am suggesting you look into your personal Mars placement, but you don't have to. You can look at any position of your chart. The ones that are working with me at the YouTube membership level, please remember that in 2025 we're working with our draconic chart. This is more of the emotional layer, so I would suggest for you, my dear ones, your draconic Mars placement. All right, let's go to those messages. Hi Leo, welcome to your guidance for this transit in your sign for the planet Mars. So we're all here recreating our reality, recreating our identity. So let's see what guidance is coming for you. Okay, well, I feel the second card, but let's see what dropped. Ooh, the Page of Wands, inspired action. You know, this is something I heard, I believe it was from Teal Swan, that if she had to give the best tip for success, was to first find alignment before any action. And this is what I feel for you, my dear Leo. Find alignment before acting, because this will make the greatest of the difference in your reality, in the one that you're trying to create. Oh my God, with the Empress, you are able to recreate your reality. This is like recreate your reality. This is the title of this video, and I'm just like amazed by how those cards are just on topic. And this is because it's you, my dear Leo. So let's see if there is, you know, more guidance that wants to come forward as far as this creative, recreative energy that you are manifesting. You know, I feel like some of you, you might, if you resonate with my music healing, maybe you want to connect to the New Earth frequency. This is the New Earth 5D miracle frequency. I feel that you might be inspired to connect to some of the gifts, some of the projects that you are meant to create in this lifetime. Yeah, look at this. Wow, the Hierophant. This is like you're opening up with this transit a doorway to higher light, to your higher self. I feel as some of you here, my dear Leo, you are connecting to your higher self and embodying. You're able to anchor your light more onto Mother Earth. You're able to act from a place of being guided by your higher self, and it's shifting everything in your reality. Look at this, to what level? Wow. King of Pentacles. Material abundance is coming through this transit. So mark your calendar, my dear Leo. I really feel it strongly for you. Hi Virgo, welcome to your guidance for this Mars and Leo transit. So let's see what messages you need to hear to recreate your reality in greater ways in alignment with your unlimited potential. We're going to stop here first. Ooh, there's another one that wants to come. We have, the Six of Pentacles, generosity, fair exchange. Ooh, I like that. And then we have the Ace of Swords. There's a lot of movement that I feel for you coming. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay. You know, I feel for you, my dear Virgo, that make sure that where you invest your energy is in places where it builds up momentum, it compounds. Don't limit yourself in certain situations. So if there was lack of reciprocity in your life, in your relationship, in your work, it's time to recreate this movement, maybe first within yourself. Stop overly maybe thinking about others that are not so invested in your relationship. I feel like there's something about yin yang, giving and receiving, that wants to be shifted for you through this transit. Because then there can be true abundance that can come forward. There's something here that you're releasing, because the Four of Pentacles is kind of holding close to their heart. Maybe there's something that you didn't dare speak up or talk about that will come forward through this transit, through this period of time. Let's see if we get more guidance for you, my dear Virgo. Oh yes, the Nine of Cups. There may be something that you didn't dare express that didn't make you feel fulfilled. With this Mars in Leo energy, you're going to start really investing your energy in smart ways that are making you feel fulfilled. I would say, like, maybe some of you is keep to yourself a little bit more what's going on with your life. Maybe less sharing, especially if people are not on the same vibrational journey. Remember, there's like this Mars opposition to Pluto. There might be some relationships that are fading out of your life because you're now focused more on your emotional fulfillment. This is how you're going to recreate your reality. Focus on your emotional fulfillment. Let go of the people, places, events, situations that are not honoring your authentic self and are not reciprocating in that matter. Hi Libra, welcome to your messages for this Mars in Leo transit. Let's receive that guidance for you to recreate your reality, your life, your relationships. Ooh, we got first the Seven of Cups. There might have been many options, many timelines, many lifetimes. But what I'm being called is looking at the one that has the river that flows. Maybe going for the path of least resistance, Libra, I feel is a strong message for you. Not trying to force outcome. Look at this. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's see how that goes with the energy message. The Five of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune. Love this. Remember in the collective energy reading, that whole part with Muse Polymnia merge with Jupiter. This is a muse that helps you find creative spiritual solutions. This is where the path of least resistance here, my dear Libra, is the one that aligns with source. Okay, so there might be certain things that you may have ran away from in the past, things that were making you very, confused. Okay, maybe you didn't really fully face them, but what I'm sensing is almost like let it go. Let go of the options of caring about things that are creating too much mental struggle. I feel this is an invitation with this Mars in Leo to opt for the path of least resistance, to surrender, to stop trying too hard to find ways to make it work, maybe with others. You know, Libra has this sense with the scale, this hypersensitivity of balance and harmony. Focus on your own harmony. Focus on your own duality and not others, okay? And transcending, and find your balance in the middle, because this is where everything is going to shift, and you're going to find that this path of least resistance is going to lead to the greatest gift. Can we get a little bit more details for Libra? I do feel a little bit of anxiety, Libra, okay? If that's the case, Libra, I'm going to see if I can put it up there or down below. I do have a playlist that's called The Pharmacy. I have frequencies for anxiety, depression, heart blockages. If you're feeling any kind of way, just go and explore that playlist if that's something that supports you, if you're sensitive to music, because I really feel that you might be an empath that absorbs energy, okay? Look at this, beautiful. You have the Nine of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, beautiful energy that is inviting you, that once you're going with the path of surrendering and not trying to control the reality, especially involving others, okay, this is where everything changes, because you're going to be much more emotionally fulfilled and find that the universe is reciprocating this energy 10 times fold. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your messages for this transit. The High Priestess. So we're recreating our reality based on more joy, more self-expression, authenticity. It seems that you're doing your job here, because the archetype of Scorpio is a messenger between the unseen and the seen. And this is this channeling energy that the High Priestess represent. For you, there might be in the collective energy reading a hyper focus on the moon placement, because the High Priestess in the association to the planets is connected to the moon. We saw that the moon is connected to the galactic center. Galactic center offers a lot of new creative ways to recreate ourselves. So that's something here that is strong for you. Okay, a specific point to start with. Then we have the Magician. Wow. Alchemy. Able to recreate yourself, recreate the way you frame your mindset is very strong through this transit. Okay, you're receiving, my dear Scorpios, you're receiving a lot of insights. Wow. Eight of Wands, a lot of guidance, a lot of communication, interdimensional communication for some of you, as far as how to recreate a nervous system that is based on source energy, how to go through the path of least resistance, to surrender and know that everything kind of multiplies itself through this field that is infinite and limitless. Okay, and then we have, interesting, the King of Wands. A lot of charisma is coming for you. I feel that some of you, Scorpio, you're going to be very inspired. Maybe some of you, you're receiving certain guidance about certain courses, certain books, certain tools, spiritual tools to apply that boost your charisma. And see how it's, with the Hermit card, it's kind of inviting you to spark your light within. And this is from where you recreate your reality, all from within. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your messages to recreate your reality, recreate yourself, recreate your cells. Okay, let's see what guidance you're receiving at this time for this powerful transit and invitation. Okay, it was there. Okay, interesting. All right. Wow, the Six of Wands, victory. And the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, what are you up to here? The Justice card and the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, my dear Sagittarius here, I feel that with this transit, there's a lot of focus and self-mastery on being able to harness the power of your shadow and light aspect. You've mastered parts of yourself. Maybe at times when there were things that you were called to try and that were scaring you and outside of your comfort zone, you actually went for it and tried it and rehearsed it. I feel like there is some outcomes, some opportunities, some rewards, some growth, some tangible results as far as confirming to you your momentum through this transit. Some of you, you might feel very inspired to take certain new actions that make you feel, I feel a sense of pride, but a healthy one, because you're able to see that how much it took, how much of the shadows, how much of growth, how much of inner work it has taken you. So I love how through this transit, your nervous system is showing how you're able to grow with the invitation of the universe and source. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your messages for this Mars in Leo transit, recreating your reality. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see those two cards. I feel this one. We have the Nine of Pentacles, beautiful energy of independence, fulfillment materially. Then we have the Magician. Wow. Okay, and the Three of Wands. What I feel for you, Capricorn, that you're focused on your growth and success mindset. And it has shifted a lot in your reality. It has expanded your reality. You're realizing when you honor that every step that you take that feels in alignment is part of being successful. It started this whirlpool of magnetic energy that opens up more for you. There's more. Can we get a little bit of detail about this more energy here? Oh, King of Cups. And you see how much light is streaming. I don't know if the card shows it very well. From the heart. Such a connection. So more things that you love. I feel that you're focused. Maybe some of you have been practicing gratitude, having a gratitude journal, just saying thanks, paying it forward for the things that you have, for the things that you're calling in. And it's just creating more for this transit. Can we have more details? Okay. We have the Page of Cups that came onto the Nine of Pentacles. So for some of you, if you're still struggling with your mindset, it's a great transit to offer yourself the tools to heal your mind. For me, this is why I created the part of this channel that is based on music healing and frequencies, is because I had noticed that my mind was so negatively inclined that I was struggling with affirmations. I could barely hear affirmation in the positive because I had this negative mind voice in the background that would contradict what I would hear. And I started working with more binaural beats, other type of frequencies, and then adding mantra and mudra, and it totally shifted my reality. Let's see for you, for the ones that are Capricorn and that are struggling with the mindset, if I have a specific frequency for you, and I will list it in this video somewhere. If you don't see it, it will be in the video description. Okay, let's see what we have for you. The Eight of Pentacles. It's about dedication. So I have one that is going to be very good for you. It's a clear and boost your mindset frequency. I created it exactly for this purpose. Sometimes, you're starting the day, you start seeing that there might be a negative spiraling energy for XY reason or no reason at all. It clears that space, and then I go into the boosting of the serotonin and all those yummy hormones in the brain that can help you go into the direction of the things you love here, my dear ones. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your messages to recreate yourself. Let's see what you're receiving at this time. Whoop. To learn, know, grow. Might be a special one here. Something special. You know you're special, Aquarius. Of course you have a special card. Okay, let's see. We have the Four of Swords. The Strength card, which is Leo energy. Okay. The Two of Cups. And the King of Cups. And that special card. Oh, the Nine of Swords. So let's see what's going on here, Aquarius. I feel right away with this Four of Swords, this is rest. Rest your nervous system. I feel that some of you, okay, you could have had experiences in your relationships, especially romantically inclined, that created a certain rehearsal of patterns that are based off the old matrix and that you're releasing. So there could be a lot that you're purging through this Mars in Leo energy. Okay, this is going to be in opposition to you, Aquarius, energetically. So there could be this is why it's like a face off. Maybe you're being illuminated. You're being illuminated when you start focusing more on what feels good. Yes. Yes. Who did we have? We had Goddess Kali. That was in those last degree of Aquarius. I feel here that energy. She's destructuring the old ways that relationships made you feel. So you can find greater space for feeling good and attracting relationships that are going to match how special you are. Because you are Aquarius, and there's a negative imprint that you're releasing through this through this frequency. Okay, well, you can look down below in the video description because I'm going to list all the frequencies I recommended. There is one that is called the playlist for my vibrational pharmacy. There's any type of energy about depression, anxiety, and I also feel it for you, some of you, maybe anger and frustration or feeling some of the fears and the doubts, okay? Maybe from those interactions with others that did not know how to appreciate. I feel that some of you appreciate like how you were soft and yet strong inside. They just took advantage of the vulnerable, soft aspect of yourself. Yeah. If that's you, Aquarius, drop me a comment because I really feel like a lot of heartstrings and connection to you as far as how it made you feel, you know. And then we have the Five of Cups, maybe certain disappointments, certain things that didn't work out your way. They are shifting. You are shifting. Some of you, if you are interested in the YouTube membership, any level, Kundalini, Goddess, and Starseed, okay? This energy reminds me of my frequency called the Void. I feel that some of you, that would be even a deeper, supportive energy to release how things made you feel. This is a frequency that literally creates mathematically through the frequencies that I weaved into the sound, create this shell energy, so this womb energy. It's very, very powerful. Okay, that's what I have for you, my dear Aquarius. Hi Pisces, welcome to your messages to recreate yourself, your reality, your highest, most organic timeline. Not sure why I'm saying this, but we'll see with your cards how that all resonates. Let's see what you got, my dear Pisces. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is interesting in this deck, has this Kundalini energy connection to your chakra. Maybe there is going to be a lot going on into your nervous system and your chakra line, how things are going to be activated. Then you have the Nine of Wands. I often associate this card to the Chiron wound. So connected to the collective reading, there might be something very specific that you are shedding or that is being released, triggered maybe first, that is about how you used to perceive yourself, okay? But I feel that you're going to want to use this as a strength. You know, the things that were meant to break you, my dear Pisces, actually made you stronger. It's very strong here. I can sense it. Look at this, the Six of Cups. It might be something from childhood. You have a lot of protection. You have also companionship. I feel that some of you, maybe pets are involved and could be of great support at this time. Yeah. And then you have, wow, I love it, the Six of Wands. I told you, you're going to really release some of the ways that you felt certain blocks from your wounds, from maybe certain childhood wounds, or how your path has been. You're going to show everyone how much stronger everything you went through made you. There's going to be a sense of victory, a sense of achievement. And you know, I cannot help think this. Some of you might not know, but I do have part of the YouTube membership. The Starseed level is where we meditate together. And there's a specific technique I use, especially in 2024, to rush the blood, the heart meridian, the heart line, rush a lot of energy into the heart by integrating as part of the breath work moments where we would put our hands in a V and create that flush. So what I'm feeling this here is that I feel a lot of things rushing into your life as a result of this transit, as a result to realize how you made yourself stronger out of the things that were meant to break you. Okay, I feel it strongly. And some of you, if you feel guided to join us for the Starseed level, for some of the meditation in this cycle, precisely, I'm using a special technique that is flushing the chakra line. It's creating a lymphatic flush of the chakra line. So I feel it for you, for some of you, my dear Piscean energy. Hi, Aries. Welcome to your messages to recreate your reality. Let's see what guidance you're receiving through this transit activation. What do we have for my dear Aries? Okay, that's a lot, Aries. I know you want a lot. You'll have it. In divine and perfect order. The word order is important for you. Let's see what we have. We have the Ten of Wands, releasing some of the old baggage here. The Eight of Cups, yes, how it used to make you feel. The Five of Wands, any type of competition, comparison, any unhealthy habit of, comparing yourself to where you are and where you want to go. Just work in the now, Aries. I really feel it's very important. Yes, and the Three of Wands. The guidance here for you, Aries, is to honor the now. If there's anything that needs to be released, how you feel, how you compare, drop those habits. Drop those habits. That's Mars in Leo, probably because of that trine energy it would create with Aries and Leo. It's going to flush. It's going to let go, help you release some things of the past. The Wands energy is strong, so maybe anything that made you feel a certain way and led you to maybe follow a path that was not necessarily yours. I don't know if some of you ever had a tendency of people pleasing, or there's something about not being in other people's circus. Your monkey, your circus type of energy. Let's see what else. You're expanding your life. You're letting go of the old ways. Yes, look at this. Oh, you have that Pluto energy that is strong. Pluto in the 11th house. You're connecting more to your higher self. You know that everything that is meant for you is going to find you, and you cannot miss out on what's yours energetically. There's the Eight of Wands, a communication. You're upgrading the way you communicate with yourself first through this transit. This is going to change your nervous system. You're going to start honoring more that you are connected to the divine. This is going to allow a deeper transformation, and this is going to expand your reality, help you recreate from the past. You know, it's just, you're going to alchemize the past because energy doesn't get destroyed. You're going to reuse all the lessons from the past, all the moments, all the people pleasing, all the comparison, all the judgment, okay, and put it to use for a greater purpose. Put that energy into feeding yourself good thoughts, good feeling thoughts, good habits, and that's going to start expanding you in greater horizons. Look at this. At the bottom of the deck, you have generosity, reciprocity. Some of you, there's maybe money that is incoming from this whole process. Okay, Taurus, your cards are already falling. Let's see what we have for you to recreate your reality. That was strong. Okay, we have the King of Swords. This is a King of Swords in this case that is highly, highly telepathic, highly connected to their own truth, okay? Things flow easily to this king. And the Ace of Cups. Oh, wow. So for you, Taurus, there is something about you following the things that you love, that makes you feel loved, that makes you feel loving, that helps you recreate your reality. Love is the essence. Love is the key. And we have also the Page of Cups. So for some of you, if there is any blocks, it would come from the mind, the mindset. Let's see how that connects to each other. Okay. We have the Two of Wands. Beautiful energy of making plans. I feel as some of you don't limit what can be. There is some indication with this Mars in Leo transit that you connected to the love that you are, the love and gratitude that you feel is helping you dispel all the previous negative inclination of the mind and opens up new plans, new adventures. Some of you might be going on some road trip or something, or be going on a vacation at this time during the transit. The transit is April 18th to June 17th. If that's going to be you, my dear Taurus, let me know in the comments below. Okay, if you already have planned some trip, or if you're hesitant, because there's something here that maybe awaits you that is of the essence. We have the Justice card. Okay, let's see how that plays out. And the Chariot. Wow. Beautiful energy of transcending change. Some of you, if you were feeling stuck in a situation, there's a reorganization, a transformation, a change, because the Chariot brings change, but it comes from your inner and shadow self. You know, it's like something about you harnessing all the light and love that you are, but also honoring all the things that you experience in the polar opposition. Okay, I feel there is a message from your shadow here, my dear Taurus. Can we get a message from the shadow? It's strong, like that energy is staring at me. You know what? There might be something with your chart. In your chart, a certain placement. Let's see. The Fool. There is something maybe with you transcending a certain shadow, and it could have been the shadow of the mind limiting you. You can't do this, or you can only do this, the negative voice in the background. With this transit, you're shedding, you're changing, you're upgrading, up-leveling this voice, and you're creating higher, greater opportunities. This is Uranus energy. This is strong new opportunities that are set in motion thanks to the inner work that you've done on yourself as far as transcending your limitation. I don't know why I said transit. There might have been, you know what? There might have been for some of you a specific path that you had to walk on no matter what. that led you to certain experiences, maybe also standing in greater alignment with all the love and all the light that you are, that now is reaping some type of rewards. Hi Gemini, welcome to your messages to recreate your reality. So let's see what we have here for you. Ooh, I like this. Ace of Pentacles. This is the seed of intention type of energy, an offering, something material that is being offered to you. Let's see what we have next for you, my dear Gemini. Maybe some of you also, you've been planting things, or you love to plant. Okay, there's something about planting that is part of this energy, and that would be supportive, because I'm seeing those roots as if something that you're being offered that you can ground through this transit. Ooh, wow. You're grounding your magic. You're grounding your potential to alchemize, to shift your reality. I love this. Love, love, love this, Gemini. Okay, let's see what else. The Temperance. Nice. Very much an alignment of yin and yang, finding balance. This is the first time that I'm seeing how much light is behind this energy and the wings, and how much, I think some of you, there's a glow up energy. Maybe some of you, this is part of grounding this energy, making sure you're grounding all the light that you're channeling through this transit, all the things you're releasing, all the things you're facing, the fears that you're letting go, the past drama from this timeline or past timelines. You're able to really retrieve, I feel like a soul retrieval type of energy, and ground that. Perfect. Yes, because it's coming from the wounds, the Nine of Wands, the wounded healer type of energy. You're able to really find strength from the places that hurt you most. And you're using this energy to for your glow up. This is like incredible. This is incredible. Can I get a little bit more here for Gemini? Yeah, some of you, there might have been like a tendency to focus more on the things that did not happen, and now letting go of this past tendency to focus on the things that didn't turn out well, or that didn't turn out in your favor. Seven of Cups, letting go of the things that could have been, okay? Letting go of what could have been, why this didn't turn out, and making, and maybe it wounded you, you know, those things. And now making the best out of this, because you have the Wheel of Fortune. You're changing your luck. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your messages to recreate your reality. Whoa. You got your cards that are falling. All right, very fast. Let's see what we have for you, Cancer. Ooh, the Two of Cups. Actually, the Two of Cups, when you relate it to the Zodiac wheel, it is in Cancer. So very interesting energy here. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Four of Cups. All right, so what I feel here for you, my dear Cancer, is that there's something from the past ways you used to relate, okay? Because there's yin and yang energy here. The way you used to relate to your experience, maybe being focused more on the glass half empty, that is being triggered through your chakra line, and you're releasing those tendencies of maybe being focused more on the things that did not turn out in your favor. You see here also with the Five of Cups. Wow, you have a lot. I'm going to take all those cards, okay, that kind of fell through. You have the Five of Cups, and then we have the Star. Beautiful. Let me just move this a little bit. The Seven of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So here, Cancer, what I feel is that you are finding through this transit a connection to your higher self, to a higher, greater version of yourself. You're not going to start engaging anymore in the ways your mind or your emotions used to take you into places of dissatisfaction, maybe sometimes boredom or bittersweet energy. You're actually shifting how you're feeling about your experience. Especially here with the 5, you'll see some of you, if you're interested, I have a void frequency that is available to my YouTube members. Okay, I'm going to have it in the video description. It's a powerful frequency that can help you with the recreation of your field. I feel that some of you, this is very strong, my dear Cancer, how you're able to shift your focus. The 7 of Swords is about not engaging anymore what you used to fight against, what you used to fight. And I feel this more within this whole thing. Some of you might have seen it with the outside. That means you might have first witnessed it more in your relationship. Okay, I feel there is a lot of cards that are trying to come through. Okay, there's a lot of repetition, maybe of certain patterns in the relationships that are really meant to be a mirror for you, to make sure that you are focused more on all the things you can bring to yourself. Okay, so can we have a little bit deeper guidance for Cancer? Look at this. The Queen of Wands. A lot of inspiration with the 4 of Pentacles. I feel as some of you, there was maybe over giving tendencies, because here your passion comes from keeping a little bit for yourself. Maybe you were sharing more with others. Maybe it was certain projects or making plans with others and it didn't turn out the way you expected. When you start just involving you and you into this new recreation of your reality, this is when everything starts to change. Everything starts to up level.